Good evening, everyone. Once again, it's Paulie. So firstly, thank you all again for your support. Secondly, I hope you're all having a spectacular weekend, or you have had a great relaxing weekend. And tonight we're going to do something different. We're going to change pace, and we're going to go on a little trip. So it's not my trip, but it's a trip that dates back to 1975. So in 1975, my mother was 23 years old, so she would have graduated at the Conservatorium of Music in Sydney, gotten her bachelor's in teaching and education, and this probably would have been her last holiday before starting her first school assignment, and 1975. So this is also the first time I've looked through this album, so I haven't looked through this album. Now, that's another thing. 1975 technology was a lot different, so cameras the quality wasn't there. It would take a week to develop, and obviously aging has taken some toll on the images, because I did look at one or two at the front, and they did look a bit old, but let's go through it. So, actually, first thing, let's start with this. So, this is her certificate that she qualifies for a bowl of Yaguna, some sort of local beverage at the guest centre. And there we go, Instagram people and people on YouTube. So that's the first. There was another document in there, and that was, where are we? Oh gosh, dry fingers. I need to moisturise. Guys, that's a reminder. Don't forget to moisturise. Like, if you moisturise, your face will not look like a leather wallet by the time you're 40. There we go. Okay, so this is a certificate that... there we go. So that was her first teaching assignment, and that was back in 1978. So actually, 1978, 4 years, 1970. So she'd started, this is maybe right at the end of her first year, and that's a teaching certificate to say that she'd been there for 4 years at her first posting. So I've never seen that before. That's amazing. Tracy Cox, the principal. I'm not sure which school. Doesn't say which school, but I will possibly look into that. So we'll open the first page, and we're looking at images there of Fiji as it was in 1975. So I don't know what there would have been to do. You think of what we do today and what we take for granted, but I guess she would have spent a lot of time on the beach, relaxing, shopping. She liked to try the local foods and also meet the local people. Very loving person, big heart. And let's go to the second. Oh, there we go. Okay, boom, we've got it. So that's her. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but her afro is almost as good as the afro of the locals. Just there. There we go. Try and get that in there. I might have to try and take a photo of a couple of these. So yeah, she's obviously gone to see some of the locals, and she's enjoying some of the local beverages. There we go. Mum loves to drink. She likes to drink, so no, she likes to enjoy herself. So there we go. Okay. And she's got her accommodation. They had aircon. Wow. Okay, that's a luxury. 1975. You always hear stories about Australians that crossed the Nullarbor. They drove across. There was no aircon in those cars back in the 70s. So there we are. There's some of her lodgings there. Where are we? There we go. And it's got aircon. And I spotted the aircon. She's up there on the balcony, and she's obviously having a fun time there, meeting everyone and learning everything. And all right, let's go to the next page. This is like story time almost, isn't it? So she's at a local market now. Oh my gosh, look at that airplane. Okay, I probably wouldn't fly on that plane. But let's start with, so the plane shot up there. Look at that plane. I would not step, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't fly on that. And she's at some local markets there, trying all the local foods and seeing what the culture's like. What would be interesting would be to go to this and see how much it has changed, and possibly, how they take those photos of, oh wow, okay, so she's got some other, she's got some postcards in there, because obviously the night photography wasn't what it is today, and there's some postcards of the beautiful culture there from Fiji. We're very lucky here in Australia that we live so close to so many amazing people and cultures. And yeah, she's just got more postcards in there. of her time. So I'll just scan those through. There we go. Let me have a look what else we've got here. Oh, and that's her arriving back in Australia. So there we go. Now, that was one of Mum's many, many trips. Let me just put that back in there for safekeeping. From, I think, maybe the early 90s through to the late 2010 or 2000s, she began travelling extensively. And everywhere she'd go, she'd write me a postcard and send me something. So that's her from Greece. What else have we got here? We've got, I don't know where that place is. Possibly Greece as well. Oh, this is Athens. Yes, so there we go. She's written to me from Athens there in Greece. So, and where else have we visited? Oh, there we go. Oh, she's been to Cyprus. Look at that. And then, when was this one? This one was, that one's not too far. So that was the 7th of the 1st, 2011. And that was the Seychelles. Beautiful. That's her and the Major there riding. And then, we've got everything. I could go for ages. St. Paul's Cathedral. Oh, there we go. We've got it up the right way. St. Paul's Cathedral there. Where else? Somewhere in Turkey by the looks of it. Now, this next one I've got a funny story about. So I don't know if you can see the Turkey one. Byron Bay. So back in the, 2000, prior to that, Sarah, the Major, and Mum all went on a trip up the East Coast. They drove. And one of the places they stopped at before Byron Bay was a place called Nimbin. And my sister tells me a story about how they were in a cafe, and of course Nimbin, they're very relaxed about what they smoke there. So they're in a cafe enjoying themselves, and Sarah mentions that Mum's getting hungrier than normal, that both her and the Major are gossiping a bit more, and that night they went to bed early. So just from that, I'm sure you can make the assumption of what they smelt when they were in Nimbin. But there we go. She's been to the Tiger's Nest in China. Well, no, Tibet. Is that Tibet? So Tiger's Nest. Someone can maybe correct me on that. Yeah, so everywhere. I've got a whole stack. Oh, Montreal. There we go. She's been to Canada. Shout out to Rachel Hudson from Canada, Ontario. What have we got here? So many different. Paris. Where's that one? Vienna. Oh, well, hello. It's been to Vienna. So there we go. So that's some of the many travels that Mum has been on. So I hope that was a bit of a change of pace tonight. Shout out to all the awesome mothers out there. I don't know about you, but mine taught me how to sew, how to cook, how to clean. I hope I took on a lot of her nurturing qualities. She was a beautiful woman. So, shout out to all the angels out there, the mothers. You ladies do a fantastic job. You don't get enough thanks. And to everyone else, have a fantastic week. Stay positive. Stay awesome. Australia, we've got this. And let's all come together as one. And I noticed with the Prime Minister's words that people should try and isolate. So if you know someone over 70, you've got grandparents that live away, call and find out if they've got someone that can maybe do the shopping for them. If your neighbours are elderly, just check and to see if they need someone to do the shopping or get errands for them so they can stay home. And of course, if you know anyone that's quarantined, that's living alone or away from their family, call on them. If they end up getting sick, just have a backup plan with them and vice versa. And that way we all look after each other. Everyone, once again, thank you for your support. I've appreciated this first week of vlogging. Big shout out to Coach G for inspiring me and motivating me to take this next step. I guess I've got to start increasing the production quality, so I'll stop recording from my computer and phone, and we'll, I guess, move to the camera and a tripod. Yes, thank you all again. Peace out. Live long and prosper.